Hello, everyone. My name is Merle. I'm a singer. I'm the relationship miracle worker. I've been married over 50 years to the same man, happily. Well, except for that year, 19th year. I was just about 50 years old at the time. Yeah. And so, if I've managed to overcome that hump and to stay married for all this time happily, I figure I may not know anything about anything else, but I know about relationship, and I know about how to keep relationship, and I know how to keep relationship boundaries. And so my topic for today is a serious topic, actually. Is growing apart inevitable in your relationship? I've had people come to me and say it's inevitable. We just have to split. And I want to say to you that every relationship is not meant to and will not last forever. There's a finite amount of time that your relationships will last. Some of that finite time might be your lifetime, but it might be less than that. But on the other hand, it is not inevitable that relationships grow apart. That is not inevitable. It can be inevitable, perhaps, for this person or that, or this relationship or that. But even when so and so has an affair and leaves the relationship, perhaps if the couple, the people in the first relationship, had talked to each other and said, "This is bothering me," or "I don't feel that this needs are being met," or "I don't feel like I'm making you happy," or have those conversations, then you have a shot. But of course, once that's kind of what I want to talk about, is once you feel that it's inevitable. I mean, we're clearly on this path. And if you feel that way, what did they say? Believe it and it will come true. That's not 100% truth, but it's a lot truth, because, and it's not magic. It's how you behave. If in fact you behave like, yes, that's it, I'm stuck. We're going to split up. Goodbye. And so, what do? What does he do? You look somewhere else for comfort. If you look outside of your relationship for comfort, that's the kiss of death. That's the kiss of death, because you're creating. It's not that it's inevitable that you split up. It's that you split up. That's what's inevitable. If you say, no, it's not inevitable, maybe if we work this out, if we talk about it, if I let you know what's going on inside of me, and I listen and hear what's going on inside of you, and honor it and respect it, then, now that's interesting. Maybe then we can come through to some accommodation. Let's face it, that person you're with isn't perfect. Let's face it, this person you are isn't perfect either. But you don't have to be perfect, and he or she doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be dedicated. You just dedicated to working it out, is what I mean. I think a lot of people know too much. I know it's not going to work. I know. I know, Merle, you're just nicey. Everything is going to be fine. Don't know so much. Maybe what you know isn't exactly fully correct. If what I know isn't fully absolutely correct, maybe some of it is. Why not try it out? Why not check on it? I mean, you can always go look outside and find somebody. People like to have relationships with married people or relationship people because it's less responsibility for them. And that may be you. But honor that and take a look and see, I am with this guy, I am with this gal. That's not feeling 100%. I thought I loved her. I thought I loved him. Well, maybe you did, and maybe you do. I know. I certainly know. I would say for both men and both women, we like to make our partner happy. If we have connected and said, okay, we're going to be a couple. However, whatever our definition of couple is, married or whatever, we're going to be a couple. Then both the man and the woman want to make the other person happy. I think it's often, I know men just love making their partner happy. But if your partner is not happy, if the woman isn't happy, then that guy may look around to find somebody that he can make happy. And that may be what's happening with the girl too, the woman in the relationship. So take a look. If you're having issues in your relationship, splitting up is not inevitable. It's possible. It may even be the best thing. But I wouldn't assume it's the best thing. I wouldn't assume I know what's absolutely right and how it has to be. And I surely wouldn't assume it based on how I feel and my emotions. Because our emotions aren't logical. Our emotions it's like eating, every time we're always hungry, whether we're hungry or not. It's that I have to take care, I have to make sure, I have to take care of my survival. That's our emotional survival, but it's not real. I don't mean it's not real. Of course it's real. It's not the whole thing, and it's not necessarily the truth that includes all of the factors in your relationship. There may be reasons why he or she is acting a little distant. A lot of times we think it's just like the guy that wants to make the gal happy and she's miserable. It isn't necessarily his fault. It isn't even necessarily that she's upset with him. It's just she's upset. She isn't a famous movie star. She hasn't become president of her corporation. She didn't get the job. She couldn't get pregnant. She did get pregnant. Whatever is going on in her life, we can manage to be unhappy about, or we can manage to be happy about. It's a choice. And in the same way that your relationship splitting up is not inevitable, how you feel about each part, each factor in your life isn't inevitable. Oh, well, that's the way I feel. Okay, well, stop feeling that way. Of course, that sounds ridiculous. but it's not as ridiculous as it sounds, because you're a mighty, strong chief CEO. Is that right? Yeah, chief CEO of this company, this organization, your body, and you have control over how you think. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it isn't ridiculous. How do I say? You can do things. You can do things to help change the way you feel. You can do things. So what do? You do every time you have a thought that, oh, he's just mad at me, he's upset at me, he's going to cheat on me, blah, 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 all those things. You can say, oh, what else could be going on? Oh, maybe he had a trouble at work. Maybe he's afraid of getting fired. Maybe somebody's hitting on him and he doesn't like it. There's so many maybes that have nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean one thing or the other about you. It just means that he's got a heavy heart about something. And maybe just having some compassion, just giving him a huggy kissy, just caring. Maybe that's what he needs. And maybe if you do that for him and say, oh, you like that? I do too. And I'm going to tell you, because sometimes you have to tell people, I'm going to tell you when I'm upset about my mother. My mother called and she's got COVID. And I'm really upset. Then you can teach him to give you compassion at those times too. But first, you have to practice giving that to him. And you know, I'm never going to finish an interview with myself here without saying, you have to give compassion to yourself. You have to care about yourself. You have to understand that if you get upset, well, you know, you're human. You're human. You're human. You know, before I had relationshipmiracleworker.com, look me up. You can get a free session if you want to ask me some questions. Before that, I had imperfect spouse because I thought I clearly knew my husband was imperfect. But I understood that I am as well. And we all are. And coming to terms with that and allowing yourself to be imperfect and having compassion for that, that's not like to say you're off the hook and you can't, that you don't have to try and be better. No, I don't mean that. But sometimes, gosh, we try and we're still not perfect. Well, you know, perfection is something you strive for. It isn't necessarily a location that you reach, but you need to strive for it. And you don't need to do anything. But I would encourage you to understand your own strivings, your own imperfections, and to respect yourself, the fact that you care about it, the fact that you're trying harder. Respect yourself and have compassion for yourself. And then do the same thing for the people that are close to you. And in doing that, here's a hint. Don't assume that it's about you. So whatever, if they come home yelling at you, if they're just silent, if they're whatever it is, that's a bad mood, however they express it, don't assume that it has anything to do with you. You know, I keep thinking about, while I'm talking about this, there is a movie. I have it written down somewhere, but I don't know where anymore. But there is a movie that I saw, something about Brooklyn, and it's about the husband goes out. He likes to go dancing, and he takes dancing lessons or something, and whatever it was, she was assuming that he was having an affair and all kinds of things. Oh, when she couldn't account for where he was every Thursday night or something like that. And it turned out that he was just embarrassed at his interest in dancing, and he had no connection with anybody else. He loved his wife and everything. He just felt funny about having this passion for dancing. So, and she's thinking he's got 72 lovers and some on the side, and what's wrong with her, and why isn't she good enough, and all the stuff she's making up in her head about herself. Don't you be like that person. Don't assume that everything that's going on around you is about you. You are not the sun of the world. You know, you're one of the moons doing an orbit, and enjoy that, and enjoy that you're not responsible for, oh my gosh, if we were responsible for everything that's going on today, wouldn't that be a mess? We would not want to be the person that's responsible for COVID, how it's being dealt with, how politics has become bang, bang, bang at each other. I don't want to be responsible for any of that. But I want to understand that at least in my little piece of the world on Merle's Pearls, I can have something that's uplifting to say, that can make a difference to people. Each of us, you have, all of you have some little piece of thing that you are excellent at in this world. And that's what you have to offer. And so deal with giving yourself the best, understanding that whoever your partner is trying in their own way to do the same thing, and that if they grow and change and do things differently than when you got together, you've also grown and changed. And be flexible with that. You know, don't expect people to be how you always expected them to be, and be right there ready for you when you're ready. Just be a little more chill. Understand that everybody has their issues. That person has their issues, and it's not about you. But if you can feel good in yourself, feel that you're offering something in yourself, then just be there for the other person. Be there for yourself. Be there for the other person. If we can do more of that, if we can do, instead of feeling this inevitable split, if we can feel, let's pull that split together, and we don't have to, be lockstep, but we can walk in tandem with each other forward in life. I don't want to get too philosophical. I've gotten philosophical enough. Anyway, so I want to tell you that in November, on 3 successive Mondays, Patty Negri and myself are giving a course called The Magic and the Science of Love, 3 Secrets to Finding the Perfect Partner for You. I'd love to say perfect partner for you, because I'm not saying perfect person. I'm saying perfect partner. And some people are perfect partners, but they're not all perfect partners for you. The trick is to find the perfect partner for you. Patty and I can help you with that, and we can make sure that you have a good time while you're doing it as well. So look online at Patty Negri or Merle. I'm Singer Relationship Miracle Worker. We're on all the social media and sign up, or go to relationshipmiracleworker.com workshop and find out the information there. That's it. So I will see you next Thursday. Remember, 11 o'clock. It's Thursday Thoughts with Merle and Patty, and you're here now at 12 noon for Merle's Pearls. I've been married over 50 years. I must know something about relationship, even if I don't know anything about anything else. So I'll be glad to see you next week. Hello, Michael. Hello, Emmanuel. And I think it was Anita that is here or was here. Bye.